was like, I don't have fun. I don't know what that is. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any passions or hobbies or things anymore. So I think that that's a big struggle for a lot of people, is even figuring out what you like again, because you have grown and evolved as a person over your years of being in, but you haven't had the opportunity to explore things necessarily outside of the military. So, luckily for me, I had found that passion of fitness. And so I decided that I wanted to start my own business. I was able to do that while I was on shore duty. Thankfully, I was at a command that would allow me to do that. So I started taking on some personal training clients and things like that. I got certified actually shortly after getting to shore duty. Took on some clients and then decided to start my LLC, which I did. And now it's branched out. I'm actually about 50% in person and about 50% online and remote. And so I work with a lot of people that are stationed in places like Japan and underway on ships and stuff like that, because I understand what it's like, because I've been there and I've lived it. So it's been very rewarding for me. The toughest thing is transitioning out. That was not going to replace my military paycheck. So I knew that
Yeah.
I could not, just get out and say, well, I've got a few clients and now I'm going to live off of this. And, because it wasn't, it was more like spending money at that point.
Yeah, you're putting it all back in to try to grow your clientele. That's what you're building a business. That's what you do. It's like you don't go spend your money on steak. You're like, well, I got to go do this wrap for my car, my truck, so I got to, or do whatever you got to do. But what you would say, it's worthwhile though, right? You're doing what you love. You look like you're happy. You're enjoying yourself.
100%. Yeah, I think that a lot of people that get into a business because they think that it's going to be highly profitable are making a big mistake, because you're going to get burnt out so fast. It requires so much of you, physically, emotionally, and that takes you away from your family too. And so if it's not something that you can find passion in, I think that that's why a lot of most businesses fail. I don't think it has much to do with the aptitude. I think it's the attitude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We were just saying, Gene, my buddy Gene was saying, he was in the Navy too. And he was like, sometimes people just say no one time. And so they just stop at that. Like, it's like, dude, you're not even trying. Like, you think it's just going to get delivered to you on like a silver platter. Same thing with people with the VA. Like, oh, well, I went one time and I didn't get nothing. Like, dude, that's the first time you went in 5 years. What, you got to build a case. It's just like anything else. Like, you got to be smart about all this stuff. But there's plenty of things out there to help veterans and military community. It's just not really widely spread. So
So I mean, it was kind of like, I know that I can do this. I don't know how fast I can do this.
Right.
When I transitioned out, my goal was I'm going to get a job, and my mindset on getting a job, because I knew that I wanted to own my own business and have that be my primary thing. My mindset with getting a job, and I joke about this all the time, is I'm going to get whatever pays me the most amount of money for the least amount of my time. And there is nothing beneath me. I don't care if it's shoveling horse manure. I'm not somebody that's going to say, look, I got a systems engineering degree and I'm a naval officer, so this job is beneath me. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's working at Walmart. If it's going to give me the most money for the least amount of my time so that I can build my passion and my business, then I'll do that. And so I ended up finding, a job in recruiting, and it was a total remote job and allowed me to work from home. But, I got to the point where I couldn't keep up with it, because, now I got into 8-hour workday sitting in front of my computer screen, and it really did start exacerbating all of the things that I had going on with my injuries.
Right.
Which kind of led me to where I'm at now.